because I find this to be a very interesting topic. So, by the way, welcome to the Unfiltered Grapevine. We're talking
about tattoos.
Yeah, we're talking about tattoos.
And I was mentioning not a girlfriend as in a dating sense, but a female acquaintance that I knew for many years.
Yes.
Still know her. She got married a few years back. And how I got shocked to see how she got a lot of tattoos all of a sudden on her.
Yeah.
Within the past year and a half.
Yeah.
One was a sleeve on her arm. And then she also has a tattoo, which kind of looks very ornate, jewelry-like.
Yeah.
But it's in between her cleavage and underneath her breasts. And it just shocked me. I never expected this girl in particular to have done tattoos like this. And I've known other girls who have had tattoos that were very attractive and were actually the tattoos that drew me to them. Until they started getting more tattoos that kind of then just made it like, why the extra embellishment when you had just the perfect artwork on you already?
So that brings me to the point, because when we were talking previously, before we started recording, obviously, that you found that the tattoos were really sexy. And in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I'm not judging because, to each their own, right? I whatever. But for me in particular, I have never found a person tattooed up sexy. Ever.
Well, again, and that's
like, I've never looked at a man and be like, wow, that's a sexy tattoo. In my mind,
yeah.
I have never... Not to say that they're not attractive. They're attractive people. I have seen attractive men with tattoos. That aside,
but the tattoos weren't a factor in finding the attraction.
Yes, and as a matter of fact, I can tell you that I've never dated anybody with a tattoo.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that is a subconscious
not
or for me, if that was because I'm just not attracted to it.
Well, and me personally, I never thought I would get inked.
Yeah.
I made comments about it in the past.
Yeah.
About doing it, and I always told myself, because I used to be part of a Renaissance reenactment group.
I remember, yes.
That I would, once I got knighted, I would put my coat of arms on me. That was my representation of my persona.
Sure.
But I always chickened out after the fact because it was a very ornate piece of work with a lot of color of gold and green. Mm-hmm. And I just felt like I don't really need that.
Yeah.
But I relocated. I lived in Tennessee, and some years went by, and I've had my ups and downs. And there's one bartender, good friend of mine, still to this day. I was with her.
I am paying attention. I just happened to recognize that was Rascal Flatts.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
The music in the background.
Yes.
So this was soon after my 40th birthday. So roughly end of January, early February. And I was with her at the bar. And we were talking. She has a couple minor tattoos. And I was talking about myself. And she just looked at me and says, I know you know what you want, just do it. And I'm like, but I don't know if I really want to have the ink.
Yeah.
And she says, I think in your life you need to have it. And you know exactly what you want to have. Mm-hmm. It's not what you thought you wanted, it's what you know what you want right now.
Yeah.
And she says, here's a name of the artist that I know. He was in another part of the town, not too far, and literally on the way back home from downtown. In Music City, and I was like, okay. So I left the bar roughly 10:30 at night, early evening, and I was headed home, and I stopped there.
Yeah.
So I got there about 11 o'clock, because it was nearby.
Yeah.
And I walked in, and I told the guy, this is where I'm looking at. Can you do it? And he says, yeah, I can do it right now, $85. And I was like, okay. Says, give me 5 seconds to get the stencil done. And I'm like, okay. And I got the tattoo.
Yep.
And what I got was from the Oriental I Ching. It's one of the 64 hexagrams. I Ching is a combination of open and closed lines, 3 lines, each representing elements like wind, water, earth, fire. Mine in particular is thunder over wind and stands for perseverance.
And it's I Ching which one?
And it's the 32nd.
32nd.
32nd out of the 64. It stands for, in general, perseverance. There's some other terminologies, but it all comes down to the same synonym, perseverance. And I got it for myself to never give up. Because at that time, at 40, I had a rough time.
Yeah. I remember.
And I'm still here.
Yes, you are.
And then about 5 years later, and to clarify where it's located, it's on my left forearm.
No, it's not on. It's on his lower back. Don't let him joke.
It's not a tramp stamp.
Hey, there are people out there with tramp stamps, and they're not tramps. Not me, but there are other people. No, not me that I am a tramp. Not that. Just that I don't have one. Let's clarify that. Oh my God, that was the wrong
So that
way.
would like 360.
Yeah, totally.
Or 180 or 90
Whatever.
degrees.
It was a degree that it wasn't supposed to be. But carry on.
So anyways, the tattoo was originally as I said,
funny.
on my left arm.
Yes. It is.
On my forearm.
It is.
And about 5 or 6 years later, I decided to get another one.
He old. Just kidding. No, he's not.
And I got it on my right arm. And it is also in red ink like the original one. And it's basically a Star Wars Jedi logo symbol because I'm a fan of Star Wars and I relate.
You mean the tree did not give it away?
Whatever. That's from the previous episode if you haven't heard it yet. So now I have 2 tattoos balancing my body.
Yes.
They're literally parallel to each other. If I stretch out my arms,
Yeah.
they are at the same level, height, and all that on both arms. And that's it. I mean, I'm not gonna like do a full-fledged, canvas on my back.
Yeah.
I don't think it would look good once I turn 80 and it's all wrinkly. But then again, you never know.
You never know.
I have
never
joked
know.
about doing a Death Star over my shoulder blade, but that's just me joking, really.
Is it?
It is.
Okay.
It is.
Okay.
But sometimes, if the tattoo has good meaning and it's tasteful, I find that attractive.
Is that like me liking the white lights versus the colorful ones?
Yeah, it kind of.
So it's all in
It's a
your point of view,
it's a
in
point
your
of view and a
perspective.
perspective.
Yeah, absolutely.
But too much of it
Yeah.
becomes more like graffiti.
Yeah.
And then it looks like a mess.
In your opinion.
Yeah, in my opinion.
Sure,
So,
sure.
It can be tasteful, but then it just gets too much.
Sure.
Um,
Absolutely.
So, I mean, and that's, again, tastes,
Yeah.
what you want. It is an art to do this. I've seen many of tattoo artists
Yes.
and what they're able to do and what they're able to create on their own.
Yeah.
Not duplicate some image that somebody walks in with.
Yeah.
Actually stencil their own creation.
Sure.
And,
it is an art, for sure.
And do it. But it's not for everyone.
No. Definitely not for me.
And no,
I mean, it's
sometimes you want a clean canvas.
I like a clean canvas. I think my colorful self is enough.
No, you're colorful, all right.
Oh.
And-
I can't even deny it, so I'm going to give you that.
Yeah, and on that note, we're going to have to pause for these commercial breaks. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to the Unfiltered Grapevine. Please visit our website, unfilteredgrapevine.com, and become a Patreon member, or visit our merchandise shop and purchase one of our several products. Like and subscribe. We'll listen to you next time. Thanks again. Bye.